Hello students, welcome back. Today we will study the remaining part of the chapter packing. So let's start. This is our sixth paragraph of this chapter, packing. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course, I could not find it. I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created and when chaos reigned. Here, mortal things means every ordinary thing, and rummaged means searched in a hurried or careless way, and chaos means confusion. Of course, I found George and Harris 18 times over, but I couldn't find my own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked once more. See, rained means rolled. So as Jerome was looking for his toothbrush in his bag. So students, as we had studied in a previous lecture, so as Jerome was looking for his toothbrush in his bag, he had to remove everything, but he couldn't find it. And he created a mess. So everything that was packed in his bag was properly, but now it has been disturbed by him because he was searching his toothbrush. He found his friend's brushes many times but couldn't find his brush, and he kept everything back into the bag one by one, checking each item, and finally found the brush inside a boot. So where was the brush? The brush was inside a boot. So finally at last he found that his brush was inside a boot. And his two friends Harris and George, they were doing nothing. They didn't help him, only they were watching him how he was packing, and then once again he repacked the bag. Go to next paragraph. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. You can see the situation again has come. As the packing was over by Jerome, George reminded him whether the soap was in. So I said I didn't care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it was not. And I slammed the bag shut and strapped it and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and had to repack it. I got set up finally at 10:05 p.m. and then there remained the hampers to do. Harris said that we should be wanting to start less than 12 hours time and thought that he and George had better do the rest. And I agreed and sat down and they had a go. So didn't care a hang means show no concern or interest. And slammed means shut the lid forcefully and loudly, and hampers here means basket used to carry food, utensils, etc. Now when Jerome closed the bag, George asked if the soap was there inside it. As Jerome was impatient because for a very long time he was packing his bag, so now he has become impatient, and he replied that he was not concerned if it was there or not, and closed the lid and strapped the bag. Then he realized that he had packed his spectacles in it too and had to open it again to get them. So then he realized that whether his spectacles was packed. So again he opened the bag again to get them, and finally the bag was closed and at 10:05 p.m. Then they had to pack the food basket. Harris said that as they were left with less than 12 hours to leave, so they should pack the basket as well. Here, Harris decided that the food basket would be packed by him and George. So they were agreed to pack the food baskets, and it was agreed by Harris and George. And as we know that they were doing nothing, only Jerome was packing the bag. So here now they decided that they will pack the food baskets. So move to Jerome agreed to take his turn for some rest while his friends packed the basket. So here Jerome was agreed to take the rest because as he was packing his bag for a long time, now as his friends were agreed to pack the food basket, he was taking the rest. So here he agreed to take his rest. Move to next paragraph. They begin in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. I made no comment. I only waited, with the exception of George. Harris is the worst packer in this world. And I looked at the piles of plates and cups and kettles and bottles and jars and peas and stoves and cakes and tomatoes, etc., and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. Here, light-hearted spirit means to be cheerful, evidently, clearly, and obviously. An exception means a person or thing that does not follow the general rule. So here George and Harris started packing the hampers in a happy mood. They wanted to show Jerome that they could pack well. So Jerome waited for them to create a mess because he considered Harris to be the worst packer in the world. So who is known as the worst packer in the world? Harris. Jerome looked at the piles of plates, cups, kettles and bottles, the jars, pies, cakes and tomatoes which had to be packed into the hampers. He thought that as the boys would mess up, it would be an interesting thing to watch. I did. They started with breaking a cup. That was the first thing they did. They did that just to and show you what they could do and to get you interested. So here the scene became interesting as they broke a cup at the start. Jerome says that they broke the cup to indicate that they could do that too and to make things interesting. Then Harris packed the strawberry jam on the top of a tomato and squeezed it. And they had to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon. So here squeezed means crush or squeeze something with a force so that it becomes flat, soft or out of shape. And here Harris placed the jar of strawberry jam on the top of the tomatoes, and what happened? The tomatoes were squeezed. The tomatoes were smashed by the jar, and then they removed the damaged tomato with the help of a spoon. Very interesting scene here has come, and a humorous scene as well. Move to next paragraph. And then it was George's turn, and he trod on the butter. I didn't say anything, but I came over and sat on the edge of the table and watched them. It irritated them more than anything I could have said. I felt that it made them nervous and excited, and they stepped on things and put things behind them. Here trod on means stepped on, and then couldn't find them when they wanted them, and they packed the pies at the bottom and put heavy things on top and smashed the peas on. So here trod on means stepped on. So next George stepped on the butter. Jerome remained silent but sat on the edge of the table to watch the action. His silence irritated his friends. They became nervous and stepped on the things. They kept their steps on the things, and they kept the things behind them, and later when they wanted them, they couldn't find them. So the things were disturbed here and there. The things were not on its proper place. They placed the pies on the bottom and kept heavier things on them, and which smashed the pies. Next paragraph. They upset salt over everything. And as for the butter, I never saw two men do more with 1 and 2 pence worth of butter in my whole life than they did. After George, I had got it off his slipper. They tried to put it in the kettle. I wouldn't go in, and what was in wouldn't come out. They did scrape it out at last and put it down on a chair, and Harris sat on it, and it stuck to him. So it is created a humorous fact here, and they went looking for it all over the room. Here upset means overturned, and scrap means drag or pull. So the boys overturned the can of salt. Yeah, what situation has come? So the boys overturned the can of salt on everything. So everywhere the salt was spread. And Jerome says that they created a lot of confusion with a small piece of butter. And he had not seen anyone create so much mess with butter that was worth 1 and 2 pence, here meaning it was a very small piece, as they did. George removed it from his slipper. So it was removed by George from his slipper, and what was it? It was butter, and tried to put it into the kettle. So as he was unable to do that, he placed it on a chair. Harris sat on it, and the butter stuck to him. So it's a very humorous scene has been created by the writer. He stood up and both the boys went around the room looking for the piece of butter. Okay, right? I'll take my oath I put it down on that chair, said George, staring at the empty seat. I saw you do it myself. Not a minute ago, said Harris. Here, oath means to swear upon something. So George looked intently at the empty seat on which he had placed the butter a few minutes ago. He took an oath of truthfulness that he had placed it there not even a minute ago. Next paragraph. Then they started round the room again looking for it, and then they met again in the center and stared at one another. Once again means they searched it in the room. They met in the middle of the room empty-handed. So once again they searched it in the room. They met in the middle of the room empty-handed. So most extraordinary things I ever heard of, said George. So mysterious, said Harris. Then George got round at the back of Harris and saw it. Why, here it is all the time, he exclaimed indignantly. Indignantly means in a manner of indicating anger or annoyance at something perceived as unfair. So George said that the disappearance of the butter was the most amazing thing that he had known. Here Harris said that the disappearance of the butter was a mystery, and George saw the butter sticking to Harris' back. So where was butter? The butter was sticking to Harris' back, and said that it had been there all this while. Where? Cried Harris. Spinning round. Stand still, can't you? Roared George, flying after him, and they got it off and packed it in the teapot. Harris turned around and asked where it was. So George flew to Harris' back and asked him to stand still. They removed the butter and packed it where? Inside the teapot. So students, let it be continue here. So thank you all of you. Study well, keep learning.